Hello and welcome to one of my impromptu, the first of many impromptu updates around cybersecurity. And today I want to bring your attention to an attack that actually occurred with a startup, very popular AI startup by the name of Mercor, Mercor, and they were hit by a cyber attack, which literally it was embedded in their source code repository and the source code library. And we're seeing where attackers are changing their tactics nowadays. Rather than going directly to the company, they're actually targeting the source code, the libraries, the tools that companies are using to create their software. And this attack actually traces back to what was called light LLM, and there was a compromise there, and this particular LLM and library is widely used, downloaded millions of times by lots of developers, lots of companies. And what companies tend to do is that they actually download these open source tools, create wrappers around them, and also create some kind of an IP around them. But all of those can be very, very risky because we try to integrate AI in various pipelines without actually checking the integrity, the security, and the compliance around that as it relates to data protection, privacy, as well as exfiltration of data. Thousands of companies were actually impacted by this, and this is seen as a huge supply chain attack across the world, because instead of attacking companies, as I said, they're now targeting the code, the tools, and all the utilities and infrastructure that's being used to help companies to build their products. Now, the group behind this, one of them is called Team PCP, and the other one is one I mentioned in my previous update, which was Lopsus. And basically what companies need to really look at is, in terms of using open source tools, approach it with a perspective of zero trust. Attack that whereby you don't trust anything, don't trust this because it's free, don't trust this because it's community. There was a time when open source was the thing, and it was a trusted community, and it was a community that looks out for each other. And nowadays, attackers are targeting all the different touch points and attack vectors that they can to infiltrate companies. So what are the takeaways from this? Approach open source and the use of open source with due diligence. Treat it as if it was an external vendor that you're inviting into your space to help you to deliver on your services and your products. Approach it with zero trust. Use AI guidelines and other industry frameworks and guidelines around security controls as part of your due diligence and building security from the ground up.